What's going on now in the big stock exchange crazed medical marijuana? Well, actually, marijuana stocks. Canada just legalized it. Donald Trump has vowed to legalize it on a federal level here in the United States. The United States will, no question, will be the most profitable. It's the most money. It's only 53 million people in Canada, which is the size of California. The most money will be coming out of the United States. However, pay attention to Mexico. They just made a major step towards legalization in their country. What does this mean? Especially when the United States falls, a lot of other countries around the world follow us. Follow everything we do, how we do, when we do it. Once they look at how much money it's profiting, they're going to pressure their government to legalize it as well. Also, look at how the drug cartels in Mexico, how many people are getting killed over marijuana trade, marijuana money. And they, to me, now this is my personal opinion, however, I want to bring you guys the article. It's saying Mexico just took a big step towards marijuana legalization. Mexico's Supreme Court on Wednesday deemed the country's marijuana prohibition law unconstitutional, bringing America's neighbor one step closer to marijuana legalization. It was not the first time the court made such a ruling, but it was the fifth time, a crucial threshold in Mexico. Under the country's legal system, once the Supreme Court reaches a similar decision in the 5 cases, the standard set by the ruling applies to the country's entire court system. As the Associated Press explains, the rulings technically did not legalize recreational use. However, the established court must allow it. But it is still up to each individual to press his or her case in the judicial system. The ruling applies possession, use, and growing, not commercial sales. However, the Supreme Court found that adults have fundamental rights to personal development, which leads to decision their recreational activities without interference from the state. To make a long story short, wait a minute, where does it say it? It's going to say Mexico's lawmakers can react to the ruling by adjusting the law to regulate marijuana under the new legal framework set to the Supreme Court. Official president, blah, blah, blah. If Mexico follows through, the country could become the third in the world to legalize pot recreational use. After, oh yeah, Canada. Okay, so now, here it is. To make a long story short, all that I just read, Canada's may be legalizing marijuana. Understand, once, let's say they legalize it before Trump legalizes it here, we're definitely going to fall right behind him. Trump is a businessman. He understands it, no question. He understands it, no question. Why miss out on all that money? Why people are going to be going to Canada, going to Mexico, and getting it from them two when we could just make it legal here? That's the step we all make it. And as it comes more successful around the country, pay attention to the companies that are already have their hand in the Mexico's market as far as with the medical marijuana. So what you want to do is find out the companies that are going to be trying to flock to Mexico and try to invest in those companies early. There's a lot of legalization now. So what experts are saying is that, somebody used the example of there was like 200,000, something like that, car makers, and only 3-4 survived in the United States. However, this is sin stock. I think it's going to be just like alcohol. It's so many different alcohol brands. There is the top dogs. Budweiser, MGD. However, a lot of other major players were able to jump in the game. Look at Ciroc, vodka. Look at what is P. Diddy, 50 Cent. all of them got their hand in alcohol. And so this is just going to be just like it. It's going to be different brands of marijuana. I think the car industry is a bad example. I think if you want to look at an industry, look at the alcohol industry. When you go into the liquor store, it's damn near hundreds of different alcohols. However, of course, Corona, Budweiser, Bud Light are the most. But look at Ciroc that just jumped in the game. Hundreds of $1 million company. Grey Goose, $1 million company. You know, so stuff like that. So I think, you know, what other experts are saying is that a lot of big companies are going to buy up the smaller industries and take up and build dispensaries everywhere and take up all the money. I think for the most part that's going to happen, true, but it's going to be plenty of industries for the people that already got big companies and the dispensaries and got their footholds in several states now. And just like the alcohol industry, I think it's going to be like that. It's going to be so many dispensaries to go to, and you just take your pick. Of course, in every state, there's probably going to be the big guys. Who those big guys are, I don't know. Whoever Coca-Cola, pay attention to whoever, if Coca-Cola puts their hand in, whoever they buy, they're going to buy. Look at some of the companies who have their hand in the United States already. MedMen, Mary Med, that already have a bunch of dispensaries all over the country, the country already. They're going to say, you know what, why create and make our own dispensaries when these companies already have them? Let's just buy them, and take them all under. And then let's expand down to Mexico. And maybe throw a few dispensaries up in Canada. And then take over, and then once the United States legalize it and they make enough money, of course, we're going to go to other countries around the world. That's just how it is. So, this is big news. Mexico to legalize it as well. A lot of U.S. companies will be flocking down there to have companies, possibly. And that's going to make certain companies blow up. More money. More money, more profit. Right? Anyway, I want you guys to like, comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Also, follow my Twitter. My Twitter handle is going to come up right after this show. Peace.